Today I'd like to talk about my social media strategy for my community, fine art and artists in Connecticut. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the people in this community. The people in the community of fine arts and artists in Connecticut, really what brings them together is a passion and interest in creative endeavors and activities. So it's the promotion of those activities, the sharing of those activities, whether they be events or exhibitions, or the actual art making process. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, and something that's been interesting to me in terms of problems in this community, is that there's been a real evolution in the professional artist community, really not just in Connecticut, but as a whole. So as we look around the world with all of this technology, the social media available to us, it's actually becoming a lot easier for artists to promote themselves. So unlike a traditional contract that an artist might have with a gallery, a lot of artists are independent and working independently of art galleries and doing their own self-promotion. Here I just have a slide of some artists that are local here to New Haven. So Barbara on the left was posting about new artwork that she's working on, and you can see the feedback that she's gotten, the likes on Facebook. On the right we see Debbie Hess, who is part of a show over at the Seton Gallery at the University of New Haven. So she's sharing the actual installation that she's created for this show. So this traditionally, this promotion would have been done by an actual gallery representing an artist, but a lot of artists, again, are working independently and find these tools via social media to really help their careers. So the typical members in this group are artists and art organizations. What we see, and what I've had a little bit of trouble really pinpointing, is obviously the creators are the active people in the community, those that are sharing and posting. The critics and joiners, because this isn't this is such a broad community, there's not, say, a roster of people who are involved. It's hard to say who necessarily are the critics and who are the joiners. Obviously there are people doing that. There's people who are following these conversations, just not being an active part of it. So I'm still working on that. Now, in terms of where these conversations occur and the most popular platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and local blogs are very popular. And then there's smaller news organizations like the New Haven Independent or CT Arts List, that has a blog that maintains conversations and news about arts in Connecticut. So what I've seen is really with the Facebook crowd, it's really a very accessible platform. So we actually see a lot of mid-career artists in the 40 to 60 year age range using Facebook to promote their work and to share information. Not so much on Twitter. Twitter posts are really led by arts organizations. It's really a quick forum to be able to put news and events out there. So what I see for opportunities and for conversation and discussion and content in this community, so opportunities is really based around a few things. Sharing of artwork always elicits some sort of response from the community. Posting commentary on popular art events, trends, and captivating news. So if something is groundbreaking or interesting, this is an opportunity to share it with your community and to get a conversation going around that. And really, I see an opportunity for being a real model for engaging followers by sharing news, events, and content. Just kind of being an extra voice out there to get information out to people via social media. So looking at the objectives, really the objective that I'd like to focus on is energizing. I'd really like to engage with the most enthusiastic community members build on conversations that are already existing, and then with that, broaden the view of these conversations and add my own voice, and let people know that these conversations are occurring. So I think there's people tend to operate in the very personal bubbles of social media, having their closer networks, especially with something like Facebook, which is really driven by people you know, having a community of friends and family on there, but really broadening that and seeing how to connect more artists to each other via these networks. So the 3 objectives that I'd like to focus here are engaging other artists and artist patrons, share and promote events, and cultivate interest in artwork. And again, that's done through a series of sharing, of networking, and building and fostering strong connections within the community. So my strategy, looking at this, really the overall strategy is to create networking opportunities and sharing information available to the community via social media. So looking at the goals, based on what we've developed in the people section, or the people who are involved in this group, the strategies that I'd like to use, using Facebook, Hootsuite, and Google Alerts to monitor conversations and to find deeper connections to members of the community, join conversations and broaden my community connections online. Embracing, so filtering information found via social media and in-person communications, so at exhibitions, at live events that I attend, and share via my social media networks. Really get a lot of energy going towards being active in the community, not just on social media, but in person. And converting, so respond to Facebook comments, blog posts, and Twitter posts, to share my own unique perspective. I think that'll add to the conversation and again expand it to my own networks that I've created. So that's it. Thank you very much, and